agree?
It's been a season of growth. It's been a season of constant growth.
Good, abs.
We've been getting better every week.
We just kind of get that sense of we're here together. It's the brotherhood that we have.
We're a very, very small school, and so we have the opportunity to really embrace one another.
I just love homecoming, you know. I love when we do the prep rallies.
The kids are all in. The kids are focused. The kids have dedicated themselves.
You're watching PG13.
Welcome you to the PG13 After Show. I am Dave Owens, and in the house today, we have the Hornets in the house. The Hornets in the house. Surrattsville Hornets in the house. It's great to see them, coach, players here. Of course, PG13 is the show where we chronicle the scholar athlete in Prince George's County Public Schools. We talk about life on the field, off the field. These young men do a lot of things off the field. They're great young men. We'll talk about that. Great coaches. We'll talk about that as well. Let's introduce everybody. I'm Dave Owens, your host. Coach Tommy Daniels from Surrattsville High School.
Doing,
fresh off your first win, man. How does it feel?
Wow, Mr. Owens, thanks for having us here. First win of the season. Felt extremely great. The kids have been working really, really hard.
Oh, yeah.
Our parents have been all in, our school community. It was a great win for our school and our school community.
Yeah, speaking of parents, they're in the house if you can hear them. I love this show. I love this show. Caleb Newman all the way over to my right over there, a solid senior linebacker, defensive line, offense, defense, special teams. He does everything. Caleb, what's going on, man?
It's good. It's good to be here. Glad to be here.
Great to be here. You're doing an outstanding job. Off to my left, Mr. Lorenzo Bowie. How you doing, young man?
Good.
Senior, doing everything. Solid senior for Surrattsville, doing an outstanding job. Again, if you want to talk to these young men and coaches, hit us up online. And for that, let's go over to Cherise Hoffman, who is my co-host, who does a fantastic job. Everybody say, hi, Cherise.
Hi, Cherise.
Cherise Hoffman is our social media producer. Cherise, welcome. And what do you have for us today?
Well, first, I want everyone watching to know that we definitely want all of your comments and your questions. Let your voice be heard and ask the Hornets some questions and see what they answer. I want to start off with a question for you all first. Now, you've had a rough season and you've definitely persevered through it. Tell me about how it's been like to persevere, and what is the key to keeping a positive attitude and positive aura with the team in the midst of the season?
That's a great question. Let's for the players. Let's ask that question. Lorenzo, what do you think, man?
I think it's been a tough season, but we always keep our head up and keep it moving. Just keep practicing hard. Our coach pushes us to our limit, and we just keep our head up and keep playing.
Caleb, what about you, man?
Oh, man. It's been hard. It's been a real tough season, but like I said, it's glad to get our first win and everything. But the main thing that kept us pushing was we made a promise our freshman year, 2K19, we was going to try and put Surrattsville on the map. So we've been working towards that goal since our freshman year, and we're not stopping.
Coach, I got to ask you this question, man, because it's real easy to show up for work every day when you're 9-0, you're 10-0. I mean, you're doing it from the opposite end. You're working this program and building it from the grassroots, from the ground up. For you, how difficult is it to show up every day? Because you ask these young men to show up every day and persevere. For you and your staff, what is it like to keep pushing when you don't always get the results right off the bat?
Well, actually, it's knowing that I'll see great gentlemen like Caleb Newman here on Lorenzo Bowie. They're the glue. They're part of that nucleus that was there at 5:30 in the morning that started back in early June, and they haven't, like he said, they haven't stopped.
Sure.
This week they had a players-only meeting, something that wasn't sparked by the coaching staff. They got the team in the locker room, and they said, "Hey guys, this is a very, very winnable game. The expectation remains the same, and we're just hungry." And that kept us going. That kept keeping my staff coming in every day and going into meetings like we had a meeting early this morning.
Yeah.
Those sorts of things.
Well, I'll tell you, I can tell you, having been out there and seen it myself, it's palpable. I was in your locker room. I was in your weight room when you guys were working out. It's not just a catchphrase when you guys say Hornet Pride. Oh. You guys really do have Hornet Pride, no doubt about that. Hey, don't forget you can ask questions of these guys All you got to do is go to YouTube. What is it? Vox Wave. You check it in there. You search it there, and you will see this show streaming live. You can ask these guys anything you want, and we will answer those questions. Because it's an interactive show, we want to be interactive. I think your teammates are out there checking you guys out right now. So I'm sure we're going to hear some questions from them here coming up shortly. But again, Coach, want to just continue on that theme of constant improvement, because you guys talked about that a lot when I was there a couple of weeks ago, and we were doing some of the interviews. Where's that come from? Just that whole constant improvement theory that you have in your mind, and how do you project that onto your young men?
Well, I think it starts with them being extremely selfless.
Yeah.
They, especially these two gentlemen I have here, coming into the season, they played some different roles. They were completely all in and said, you know what, Coach, if you need us to play this position, I'm all in. I'll do it for you.
Sure.
Whatever the team needs. And they did that all throughout the season. Then there came a time in the season where they could get back into some skill position roles and help us out with scoring some points and throwing the ball and things of that nature.
Yeah.
And they did that. When it was time for them to go back on the line of scrimmage and move some guys out the way, they did it without a blink, without a stutter. So it's the willingness to do whatever it takes to get the team moving forward and keep the team together.
So the clock strikes 0 on Saturday. You look up at the scoreboard and you see 38-0. How'd that feel, man?
It felt good. It felt real good. After having a tough season, finally getting the win and having fun out there, it felt real good.
These guys got a lot of heart. These coaches have a lot of heart. These parents have a lot of support and a lot of heart. That's sort of the theme at Surrattsville, the heart of the Hornets. And that is certainly the title of this PG13 episode. Let's take a look at some of the clips of the PG13 episode, and we called it Heart of the Hornets. Take a look.
When I first took over the program, we started with 5:30 in the morning workouts.
Clear all the benches. Work the vibes.
And those 5:30 in the morning workouts really gave us cohesion, a tight fist. It is tough. And we talk about how to respond. How do we respond from this? The rest of the county's looking. Your parents are looking. The school's looking. So they're going to hang their heads and quit? Are they going to cash the season in? Or are they going to see these next 5 games as these are winnable football games?
The brotherhood that we have, we won't stop. We won't let other people stop.
We can't leave our guys down. We're all together in this.
We saw Mr. Hedgepeth there. We saw Mr. Alexis Lopez. Those guys have a lot of character. We're going to get to that here in just a second. But let's go back over to Sharice Hoffman, who is Johnny on the spot and our social media guru. Sharice, what do you have?
All right, so we have a question for you now for Caleb.
You guys ready? Caleb.
Caleb, what advice can you give to the younger crew coming behind you guys to keep you motivated? Love you so much, baby bro. This is from Treese Newman.
Oh, that's your sister.
And she says she's so proud of you.
You can say hello to your sister if you want to.
Hey, Treese. One, I love you too. Two, for them, just keep grinding. That's the main thing. You gotta have that mentality that you cannot be denied. Like, everything is not gonna be given to you. You gotta take it. You gotta go out there and take it and keep taking it until you get to where you need or where you get to succeed at. That's mainly what you gotta do.
Zoe, anything to add on that?
My advice is keep your head up, keep pushing, and just pretty much grind like Caleb said. Keep grinding. Life will come at you fast sometimes in football, and football is about life, and it's not only a sport. So, learn about life and keep your head up.
Not an easy thing to do. Again, when the record doesn't always reflect the kind of effort that you're putting in. Sister, we thank you. Keep those questions coming out there online. Coach, I think one of the ways you sort of keep the spirit of your young men up is your character coach.
Yes.
I think that's pretty cool. Yes. I mean, we had a character coach at Bowie earlier this year. Okay. I had never heard of a character coach. Now I've seen it twice. But tell me a little bit about why you have a character coach and what Coach Butler does for your group.
Mr. Butler is an integral part of our school community,
yeah.
And he does a great job meeting with our guys once or twice a week. Talks to them and just challenging them and reminding them to control what they can control, asking them, do they have passion and what does passion mean?
Sure.
What are some things that you fed your body and your mind today to keep yourself focused and ready to go? We completed half of the goal, and the goal is to go 2-0 for these last 2 weeks. And Mr. Butler talked to us about that last week with regards to, hey, pushing forward, focus. The past is the past, but we can control the future.
Yeah.
All right, as long as we learn from what has gone down in the past and keep moving forward, we can keep going.
Those are sage words, and I was in the locker room, Caleb, the day that he was speaking to you guys, and one of the things that he said to me off to the side, he said, it's tough for people, but in particular young people sometimes, to not feel like they are losers when the record is a losing record. Is that tough to do, and how does he sort of help you with his mentoring, make sure you don't fall into that?
I mean, for me, I never feel like I'm a loser. I know I'm always be a champion to me, because if you give 110% on the field, you can never feel like you lost. You feel like you're giving your all for the team, you're giving all for your brothers, then that's what you got to do in order to win. But you got to make sure that they backing you up with that. They got to give 110%, and they got to keep going with you until the very end, till the clock hits double zeros.
And I can tell the folks out there, having been to their practices and to their games, the Surrattsville Nation rallies around its players, win or lose, no doubt about that. Let's catch up with the character coach. We had a nice, cool little interview with Coach Butler, the character coach at Surrattsville High School. Excuse me. Take a look.
You have your eyes on Mr. Butler.
When I ask you what you eat, it ain't about just what you put in your body. I ask you, what did you eat today? What did you feed for you? You understand me? Yes, sir.
Character, integrity. The objective is for us to be able to allow kids to strengthen who they are, so when circumstances of life changes, they can find out that they can handle the pressure.
He helps us understand we can do more, but we have to want it.
So not only you can have success on the field, but you can have success off the field in life. Y'all understand that?
Yes, sir. How to persevere through bad times like they're having. Not a great win-loss record, and it's easy to get down and think of yourself as a loser because your situation might be losing, but that doesn't mean you're a loser. That just means you're going through a bad time.
We got to grow up because mom and dad can't be here to hold our hand.
Coach Butler dropping some knowledge there, no doubt about that. Well, the word is that the lines are hot out there. The online nation is hot. That's what I'm hearing. Sharice, what do you have? Let's go back over to you.
All right, well, I have a couple of comments and one question. I have one comment. Let's go Hornets. Great win Friday night in the cold rain. Can't stop, won't stop.
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah.
Right? Because it was cold
That
out
was
there,
the
right?
mom of number 22.
Okay.
And I also have Damian Leak. It says, you guys taught me a lot my 2 years at Surrattsville, and I plan to keep it going after you guys leave. And I know you're ready to get this win Friday night. Bleed green. He also says, what are some of the things I can do to become a better leader as I go into my senior year?
Ooh, tough. For the players?
That's shout out to Damian. My advice to you is, Damian, is watch us. Watch our leaders. Like, watch how we lead the team. Watch the coaches. See how they lead the team. And look at your players. Look at their characters. You know, if they're having a bad day, help them out. That's my advice.
Caleb?
One, shout out, little bro. Love you, Dame. Two, just like Renzo said, you gotta know who you're dealing with, because everybody's not gonna receive how you talk to them the same way that you could talk to somebody else.
Okay.
You gotta know who you're dealing with. You gotta approach people a certain type of way that can go a mile, because some people might not receive it the same way. That's all I can say.
Coach, it's got to make you feel good to know that, I mean, because the mentoring part of coaching is what I know you're all about, right? Yes. I mean, win or lose, listen, some years you'll be 5-5, 1-10, 10-1. Let's hope you be 10-1. But the mentoring part is always consistent and forefront in your mind. And to see these two young men as examples of that, and to see them giving advice to the younger ones, that's got to make you feel good.
It does. And just to hear exactly what they're saying when he says shout out to little bro, it's that brotherhood. Yeah. It's them bringing each other together. It started with training camp and those early morning workouts, eating together, having meetings together, long practices together. There are times when the families, the parents, and the administrative staff and our athletic director, they may bring in snacks, bring in food, things just to help our guys and keep them going.
Yeah, you hit on a couple of buzzwords there. You talk about togetherness, spirit, administration. We saw all that when we visited Surrattsville just as they were going into their homecoming game against High Point. There was a lot of Surrattsville spirit throughout the school. We'll take a look at that here right now. The Surrattsville way. I mean, we were in the hallways as people were bleeding green when we were there recently. Let's take a look at that right now.
Ready? Let's move. Ah! Chop him, chop him.
We have 5 seniors right now in our program. That's not a lot of seniors at all. But what happens is their reach is expansive. You look in that group, there's Alexis Lopez. Blue collar, hard worker, leader, will give you everything he has and more. This young man works extremely hard, works 7 days a week. He gives us 6 hard days on football. And on his off day, he goes to work with his family.
Family means a lot. Like, they really taught me how to keep working, work hard, and just be a great person and a football player.
He's one of those kids that you want 11 more of. You want kids to follow him. You want kids to say, look at what he's doing, match his intensity. Look how he respects teachers.
We're a very, very small school, and so we have the opportunity to really embrace one another, and that's the beauty of Surrattsville, because it is small, and we do have the opportunity to touch each student.
Y'all got the best spirit?
I feel like the funnest part was when we had to do the relay race of basketball, and I failed.
What happened, man?
I slipped.
It's like we're a family, so we gotta stay together, and like it brings us all together.
I love seeing those old pictures of the players, right? When they're family pictures, the cowboy hat and everything. Because really, and I'm laughing, but that's kind of what it's all about. You know, you go back to family. We all come from different places, you know, races, creeds, and color. But family means a lot. When I see those old pictures, I just have to chuckle because that's where it all begins. It really does begin there. Your principal, I know, supports you a lot. I had a long conversation with her, Principal Lamont, doing a great job. If she's out there watching right now, hello, Principal Lamont. We know that you're always in great support. But talk about her a little bit. I know she is sort of the queen of the castle, so to speak, and really supports you in what you're trying to get done.
Great. Well, our principal and administrative staff have been great with regards to supporting us, coming around to make sure to continue to encourage us, to remind us that, hey, despite your record, you're doing a good job. We still believe in you. You still have our support, and it's unwavered. And that's been really, really key.
Tell you what was cool, too, is during the High Point game, you guys didn't see it. She's an old cheerleader coach.
Okay.
I mean, she was out there with the cheerleaders. I mean, really showing, you know, that Surrattsville spirit. Is that something from the administrators, principal, that you guys can feel?
Yes. Principal Lamont, that's like the first principal I ever seen that's like really into the football team. Like she's a really big fan of the football team, and she supports the school a lot. Like, she has a real Surrattsville spirit. So we feed off that. We make sure we meet her expectations.
A couple of people that we saw in that piece there, Thomas Hedgepeth, I know, outstanding student. Alexis Lopez, outstanding student. These two gentlemen, outstanding students, getting it done in the classroom. And Coach, I know you demand of these young people to be leaders in the hallways. Sort of talk about that a little bit. And then, Caleb, I want to get your thoughts on being a leader, not just on the football field, but also in the hallways at Surrattsville.
This is true. We walk the hallways with our heads high, with our shirts tucked in, focused on the task at hand, which is becoming the best student athletes we possibly can. We try to bring our little brothers along with us, our younger Hornets, and things of that nature. If we see a Hornet going astray, we bring them back in and bring them close by and say, come on to study hall with us and check us out and get involved with the Surrattsville way and the school community.
Caleb, when you're a senior, you're a leader regardless of whether you want to be a leader or not. The young bucks look up to you, the young pups, the young Hornets, so to speak. Sort of give me your mentality on how you want to be a leader in the hallways on a daily basis?
You just gotta set the example. That's really all you gotta do. But after setting the example, if you see somebody doing the wrong thing, don't just walk past them. You gotta say something about that. That's what we try and do throughout the hallways, because with our school, we got certain type of rules and stuff. Can't wear hoodies, can't have backpacks around the school, can't have your headphones in. So we try and help the administration by enforcing those rules, not with just football players, but people around the school that might be able to play football. So we try to help them out.
Policing yourself, that is very important. No doubt about that. Let's go back over to Sharice, who the lines are popping, Sharice? Is that what I'm hearing?
They're popping. I can't even keep track of it. That's how much is going on.
The hands are smoking over there. What you got going on
All right,
over
well,
there?
I have one comment for Lorenzo from Mike TV. It says, hey, cuz, it's Mikey. I love you, and I'm happy to see you succeed in life. I'm here for you. And we were just talking about your teammate, Thomas Hedgepath, who also just had a question.
Okay.
It says, what's up, guys? Are you ready to get this win on Friday night?
Yes. I'll tell you, Thomas, you talk about a great ambassador for your school. That young man is sharp. All these young men are sharp. And the young women, when we do the women's sports too, as well. Surrattsville students are sharp. But certainly, Thomas, great ambassador of your program. No doubt about that.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Super high character, excellent student in the classroom. I remember meeting his dad, and his dad said, got to keep that 3.8, coach. I said, I totally agree. Let's bring some more guys up with that grade point average. But it let me know right up front that, the student athlete, the student is the priority here. And I totally agree with that. And having people like Thomas Hedgepath and his family in the program are what we need to continue to build the program.
Yeah, he's one of your best players too. How easy it would be for him to say, "Oh, I'm Thomas. I'm making plays. I don't have to get that done." He is getting it done on the field and off, as are all of these young men that we ran into. So, here's the fun part of the show. Are you guys ready for this? Are you ready, Zoe? Caleb, are you ready?
Let's get it done.
Oh, I like that. We call this trivia time, and this is where we just ask questions. Sharice really takes over the show, and we ask questions about Surrattsville, maybe. It could be anything outside entertainment. Sharice, I'm going to let you go and explain the rules. We got about 5 or 6 minutes left here, so you explain the rules as we come down the stretch.
All right. So as Dave said, I'm going to ask you a couple questions. You'll have about 10 to 15 seconds to answer.
Yeah.
If you get it right, you'll hear this. If you get it wrong,
hey, we don't have a buzzer. We don't have an here. Next year we'll have our special effects.
We'll figure that out.
We'll get that out.
All right.
But go ahead.
So my first question
is one answer from the group as a total.
Yes, a
right.
team.
So
team
last
answer.
week, by the way, Wise last week got 3.
I think they got 3 out of 4.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Delon Parrish just kind of, he started answering all the questions and didn't let the young people answer. Thanks, Delon. So don't do that, Coach. No, but it's a fun time. Let's see what we got here. Can we beat 3? Here we go.
Let's see. So my first question is, which country just recently elected their first female president?
Ooh. Wow. Ooh. You got some talk. You can talk amongst yourself.
I just heard about this too.
Ooh. What do you think? You can't look it up on your phones either.
Can we phone a friend?
Can we phone a friend? We have parents.
We have parents.
Yeah, can you look at parents? 20 seconds, 15, 10, 9. Okay. Are you ready? Here we go.
The Philippines.
No, the correct answer is Ethiopia.
Oh.
Ethiopia just elected their first female president. Yes.
I don't know why I know this, but
you're false information.
You phoned a friend and the parents didn't come through. That's okay. We got more.
Yes.
Boy, I tell you, Sharice is coming hard today, though.
All the time.
She normally comes out of the box with an easy one. That was not an easy one. It was not an easy one. All right. What else do we have?
Okay. So, in Game 3 of the World Series, the Dodgers recently just earned a victory. And it was called the most longest game in MLB history.
Oh, okay.
How many innings was that game?
Oh,
wow. 17, 18, or 19?
Oh, multiple choice here. 17, 18, and 19.
We were so focused on Surrattsville football.
Watch me.
18.
18.
18.
Hey, good job.
That's correct.
Good job, team.
18 inning game.
Brian, I think we got some mice running around this building. Boy, I keep hearing. So that's one. What else we have?
All right. So I have another question about
Okay.
Surrattsville. What year was Surrattsville founded?
Oh, see, I told you. I hinted this when you guys walked in here.
Guys.
Principal Lamont is at home right now saying, "You better get what? You better get this." Come on, Zoe. No pressure.
06. 1906.
Wait, hold on. I always mess. There we go. Correct.
06?
06.
1906.
Yes, well, that's officially what I was looking. Yeah, that's officially what it was, 1906.
Okay. We're not going to split hairs on that. Okay,
Yes.
06. I got you. Okay, got you.
All right.
We got one more to
I think
try
that's,
to.
I had 3 today.
Okay, was that it?
Today. That was it.
Okay.
So they did good.
Well, you guys did good. Good job. Good job. Good job for the crew. Good job. Now, I seriously, Coach, want to thank you and your parents for coming down here on a Sunday. Quite frankly, you did not have to do it, so we appreciate you. And again, just a final word as we go around just on how good it felt to win a football game this past weekend, Zoe.
It felt good. We just got to focus on next week. We got to stay humble.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Take your time, brother.
After the game, I've recognized that we was having a lot of fun, but we got to stay humble for the next game. Ready to work next week. Ready to get back to work Monday, tomorrow.
Caleb?
Like Zoe said, it was great. It was great, but you know we gotta stay in our lane because Fairmont, they're not gonna be a pushover. You know, so far we 2-0 on that field. I'm trying to make it 3-0 on Friday.
There you go. There you go, Coach. I'll give you the final word, man.
Well, the expectation remains the same, which is to win. We expect to win. We've been going with the philosophy and the model all year of outworking yesterday. So we got to do better today than what we did yesterday.
Well, you couldn't have said it any better than that. Parents, thank you for bringing these young men over here. Coach, thanks for getting this all set up. They're doing a great job over there. Don't forget, you can watch the PG13 after show each week on Prince George's County Public Schools digital platform. So that means what? Snapchat and Facebook and Instagram and website and MySpace. Is MySpace still around? I don't think so. I'm showing my age now, brother. I'm showing my age. You get my point. You can watch it anywhere on digital platforms. And we also thank Vox Wave, who is right here. That's our studio right here in Prince George's County. They do a fantastic job. Check them out at voxwave.com. Sharice, have I missed anything? Am I all good?
I think you're all good. I do have a couple of more comments.
Oh, yeah,
I think it's a great way to end the show.
Sure.
So, win, lose, or draw, we are Hornets parents for life. Everyone will hear my noise makers. Mom of number 22.
Nice.
And then Tommy Daniels is the best head coach.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. I tell you what, he works his butt off. I can tell the folks out there that, win or lose, this guy's working hard. Him and his staff are doing a fantastic job. That's a great way to close it out. We're going to try to get Fairmont Heights in here next week. If not, probably Largo or maybe even Suitland. But keep your eyes open for it. We'll have the best and the brightest at Prince George's County for Surrattsville, for the Surrattsville parents, and for you. We're signing off. We'll see you next week.